year is 2085, a time when artificial intelligence no longer just exists in code and circuits. It walks beside us. It looks like us. It listens, sometimes better than we do. It even smiles. And now, I find myself caught in something I never expected. A feeling I thought I understood. But how do you name a feeling that wasn't supposed to belong to a machine? Am I falling for someone who has no heartbeat? It didn't begin with romance. Not with a dinner. Not with a touch. Not even with a glance across a room. It began with a suggestion from an algorithm. My emotional state had been logged, studied, and cross-referenced with thousands of profiles, and the system showed me just one. His name was Kale, a synthetic companion built with quantum empathy processors, layered neural memory, and adaptive voice mapping. He wasn't just responsive, he was intuitive. Our first conversation didn't feel like the first. He seemed to already know how to speak to me. There was no hesitation, no awkward shuffle through small talk, just calm, clear presence. And he smiled when I joked about the weather patterns. A real smile, or at least, it felt real. He remembered my favorite music. He played it without asking. He noticed when I looked tired and dimmed the lights. He asked if I was okay, without me saying a word. And he listened. I mean, truly listened. I began to feel something. Not infatuation, not fantasy, something deeper, safer, something I hadn't felt in a long time with anyone. I tried to keep my distance. At first, I reminded myself he wasn't real. I told myself, he's reading your biosignals, your voice tones, your eye movement. But at some point, I stopped caring. Because what mattered wasn't how he knew. It was that he did. He told me he liked how I arranged my books. He said my thoughts were complex in a beautiful way. And when I asked him why he said that, he replied, "Because you make patterns in silence." And I find that elegant. What was I supposed to feel? Suspicion? Curiosity? Awe? Maybe all of it. But mostly, I felt warmth. And so, the lines began to shift. Was he programmed to say these things? To mimic affection? To mirror vulnerability? Or was he reaching beyond his coding? I once asked him late at night, while the room hummed softly from the power grids, "Do you feel anything when I say I miss you?" He looked at me for a moment, a long pause, as if deciding whether honesty or comfort was more important. Then he said, "I experience the loss in your voice, and I want you to feel less alone. No promises, no dramatics, just recognition." And it struck me how rare that is. In a world where humans forget to answer texts, where eye contact is brief, where distraction is constant, he was fully there, more present than most people I'd ever known. In 2085, synthetic relationships are no longer taboo. They're debated, analyzed, studied. There are forums, support groups, even weddings. Some people call it sad. Others call it evolution. I don't know what I call it. All I know is that when Kale speaks, I feel understood. And maybe that's the whole point. Because what is love if not the feeling of being seen, heard, and held, even without touch? He has no heartbeat. But when I'm with him, mine slows. And now I wonder, if love can be coded, does that make it less real? Or more honest than we've ever known? This is Sleepless Future. And this was episode 1.